All right, Darksiders. So I just got finished seeing Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, and I got to start with this. I got to ask a question for all of you all who love the zombie genre. I don't understand it, man, because I got a problem like psychologically seeing people eat people. It's like a thing. I can't. It just does something to me, man. That said, though, this is a really enjoyable film. It's not a great film, but it is an enjoyable film. This will be a spoiler-free, more like a commentary, not really a review. I will tell you that I really enjoyed the story build here. In the beginning, I was a little bit nervous. It does take some time to get going because they do spend some time developing the characters in the beginning of the film, which is really interesting, right? Because it's not really character development because you don't really know a whole bunch about these characters such that you get super connected with their motivations and all of that. But having said that, it speaks to how well Zack Snyder builds this story, because even though you do not know a lot about the characters, you don't know a lot about their backstory, this story is crazy entertaining, and he does build this story in a way that makes you interested to see what happens to these characters as they move throughout this film. And that's well done, because you guys know how it is. Most of the time, if we don't have any emotional hook, any emotional tie to the character, we don't care what happens. Oh, the zombie bit his head off. I don't care. I don't even remember what that dude's name is. He does a really good job of giving us just enough information about these characters to really track what happens to them throughout the film and have some semblance of care with what happens to them. The problem is, in the beginning, it takes too long to get to what I'm going to classify as Zombieland. But once we get there, it really does roll. And he's built this whole kind of world of zombies, and there's tropes from all different types of zombie films, but it's really fascinating to see how he structured this world within where the zombies are, because they really operate almost as a society. And it's interesting to see what the zombies' motivations are and how they operate and how they also deal with the folks that are really within their realm. It's a fascinating story build. We do also know that there is I believe it's a 3-movie deal here. So there's 2 more movies to come. So hats off to Zack. Hats off. Hats off to Zack for building this out in such a way that he really can build upon this to give us future films. I do think that there are some parts about this that are totally ridiculous. It's okay, but there are some parts about this where you're like, oh, wait a minute. 1 + 2 = 3, carry the 1 = 20. Some ain't adding up here. Some stuff doesn't make sense, but it is okay because it's such an entertaining movie that you really don't mind some of the things that don't make sense. The visual appeal of this is absolutely fantastic. The special effects are fantastic. The performances in this are strong. They're not great. They are strong. They're enough to keep you engaged in the movie, and the movie has a pretty long runtime, which is unfortunate because it could have been shorter, but I think that you will really enjoy this. Look, listen, we've been talking about some heavier stuff on the channel and some social issues as it relates to TV and film and all that. It was nice, I'm going to admit, to like come into something and not see any of that in the film. Well, there's a little, there's a little hint of that. You probably won't even catch it. I picked it up. You probably won't even catch it. I don't know. But there's not enough to be irritating. It's nice to get into a movie where like we don't have to worry about commentary necessarily on social issues. We're just kind of telling us to check your brain at the door, interesting story, and this is what Snyder gives us in this movie. I think that if you can see this movie in the theaters, I think it does drop on Netflix. I want to say on Friday or Saturday, Saturday or Friday rather is a typical drop day for stuff on Netflix, but so it might be Netflix on Friday. But if you can get into the theater and you're not afraid of the COVID, then I would get out there and see it. It's definitely worth the theater experience. And y'all should have seen me, man. Like I haven't been to the theater in a long time. I was like, woo! Movies in the theater. Oh, I was so excited. Got my tickets, by the way, to see A Quiet Thing 2 for next week in the theater. I pick Rose. I'll be there in my favorite seat, baby. Check it out, you guys, if you have not seen it. Army of the Dead is a good watch. Get there, enjoy yourselves. Let me know what you think about it. I will not be in the comments for the next hour because I'm going to drive home and get into bed. I'll see you guys in the comments in the morning. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, ladies and gentlemen. All right, everybody. Love you all. Have a great night. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.